right, wonderful people, lovers of freedom. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to each and every one of you. Welcome back to Let's Talk TV, your one and only YouTube platform, where they're giving a back-to-back update on how things they be, on how things the shelle. Yes, my people, we are here to give you update on how things are happening. Okay, my people, the latest one coming straight from the PM, Prime Minister Simon Ekpa Njoko. Yes, this is coming from him straight. He says here, breaking. Today, I had a virtual meeting organized by Biafra Republic government in exile lobbyists with the office of the Congresswoman Young Kim. We had a fruitful discussion with the Congresswoman's team about the importance of Biafran independence, accomplishments of the Biafra government, BLGIE, of course, issues pertaining to the Nigerian terrorist government and regional dynamics. We also discussed the Finland Convention. We have been informed by most of the US officials that we have met thus far that the Biafra Republic government in exile is the very first organization to be raising the Biafra issue at a high level with the United States government. This demonstrates the historic nature of our lobbying efforts. We look forward to continued engagement with the US Congress and other influential stakeholders. Yes, of course, this is just making it known to each and every one of us about how far that we are going, how far that the Prime Minister Ekpa is going concerning the movement. Yes, meeting with this particular woman is a very big step forward towards getting what we want. And of course, what we want is nothing but the Biafra independence. And that is what is fully needed at this point. We know how hard we've worked for it. We know how hard how far we've come. And the only thing we can do is to keep putting more effort. The Prime Minister Ekpa is doing more than we thought could even happen. And even with the zoo government using propaganda to try to stain the name of the PM, as we all know, is not working out. Talking about also the extradition of the Prime Minister, as you all know that these are the things they are trying to put in place to try to bring down the Biafra independence, to try to bring down Biafra freedom. But I am here to let you know that none of that is going to work, as everything that we've actually put in place is going to work out. At the same time, we have on our side that the Biafra self-referendum voting today is still taking place at the moment, and the record is groundbreaking in one unit. And even as at now, there is a video of a woman that is making every single person understand that this particular movement is a do or die affair at this point. As you already know, that the team at this particular point, or the motto, is freedom or die, and that is what we are aiming for. The IPOB Nigerian criminals, they are trying to actually also use the name of PM Ekpa to seek asylum in some European countries, claiming that PM is one of the IPOB Nigeria, because they know that this is the only name ringing bell globally about Biafra. One of the European countries has contacted Biafra government, and they will expose the lies of these people. You see, this is just one of the things that this is coming straight from Simon Ekpa, yes, himself, and that is exactly the comments he made. And of course, we know how far the PM has gone, and so this particular thing that I just read out now about people using his name to want to seek asylum is something that can actually take place, because of course we know how far the PM has come. Again, he says that they attack me on social media and then use my name to seek asylum in the name of Biafra. All of you that are using my name thinking they will not contact the Biafra government, even when you submitted the letter issued by your fellow criminals, they ignored that and contacted the Biafra government. You are gone. And people, I feel like it is back to back on these people, because they have not come, they have not understood the real reason why PM Ekpa has decided to go on this trail of affecting lives, of making sure that we gain our freedom. I don't think that they have come to that complete understanding. Until they get to that point, then they will get to understand that everything that we are doing is not going to end up in vain. Everything that we've decided to do for ourselves, for the freedom of our people, for the people that have been killed innocently, we are not going to let it end up in vain. The Biafra movement, he's against this, he's against that he's against this, that he's causing unrest in Southeast, he's doing this, he's doing that. Like people, I just want you to know that it's not possible. None of it is even close to being possible because he is working tirelessly. The amount of people they send against him, the amount of people that have wanted his arrest, even the time when they succeeded one way or another, they said there was a rumor that he was arrested and then he was released, and everything that comes up, it all ends up to be a lie. It all ends up to be false. It all ends up not happening because this man is protected by the Finland government, and the Finland government is in support of everything he's doing. And I would like to tell you that even the Finland government would know they would not support anybody that would be causing unrest in another state, and they will not even let him stay in their country if they found out that, or if they know that this particular man, this is what he's doing. But they know the fight, they know the roots of every single thing. And so because of that, they are supporting him. This particular movement is not a movement that anyone can just wake up and do and go to a foreign state and stay. If you are that kind of person that you are doing that side of thing, be rest assured that the country would investigate you before allowing you to stay there, especially in a country like Finland. If a Finland country would investigate you to be sure that nothing of such is going on, or you're not causing any of such, that whatever you're doing is actually up to your right and is what you can rightfully do, which I am sure that they have done properly on him, and they have verified that this particular person is doing nothing, just like the Mazinam the Kano was doing absolutely nothing wrong but fighting for the movement. But of course, this particular thing is what they would use to sway people in Nigeria. They would use to sway Igbo people in Nigeria, make them think that he's the worst enemy of all, and say so many rubbish against him. I would even come up and say that if since he's outside the country, he should come back. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, how the few times he came back to Nigeria, the very first time he came back, they arrested him. That was the first thing they did. And you expect him or anybody fighting for their freedom to come back to Nigeria. It's not possible. If we have a history of letting people that are fighting for their nation be in the country and be safe and every other thing without getting arrested, then the possibility of them coming back or staying or being protected in their state is there. But then, any time that this set of people find themselves or get themselves in the country, they are arrested. Do you expect the PM, Simon Ekpa, not to learn from the previous things that has happened and decide to be in a state that would really, really protect him from anything that is going on? Of course, he has found that state, and that state or that country is Finland, and that is why he's with the Finnish government. And as well, it has ended up that the main president or the person in charge at this point has ended up to be a very close friend of his, close to his best friend. And they are all working towards everything that would make sure that the Biafra movement is something that actually works out at the end, and not just something that people would hear about and not know what is happening. But my people, what I am here to remind you of is that this movement is as real as anything should be. The movement that is being made by the PMBRGIE is one of the biggest and one of the most valued by the true Biafrans that know that the fight is real, and that if you stop fighting, the day we stop fighting is the day we start ending whatever it is we want for ourselves. And so this is what is expected of Biafrans, not to avoid, not to ignore, not to lay down or to forget whatever it is. You are expected to do the needful. Stand steadfast, be ready at any point in time, because you do not know what's next and what is going to happen next. And so you are expected to be strong, and do the needful. Every single thing. I don't believe there's anything you're passing through now that there's people in the past that fought for this particular freedom have not passed through, that did not pass through. There are those that went through the main civil war, and there was a war, a real war. And it so happened that at the end, since we are still in one Nigeria, you would call it the fact that we lost. But of course, we are going at it again, and we are going to win. we are hoping that the best would happen in our coming off and doing the needful things that we need to do. And so, my people, it is one of the important things that we need to do with anything that concerns Biafra movement. And so that is what it is. So yes, my people, this is what we'll come to the end of this particular broadcast. Thank you for joining us. Remember to subscribe and turn on your notifications too. Thank you.